Hey guys, it's your favorite OBGYN here, Dr. Jen, and we actually have the table switched, so I'm being interviewed now. So my big sis, Dr. Adam Chitty, is going to be the one that's interviewing me, so I'm going to let you go ahead and take over.
Alright, little sis, so you guys all know Dr. Jen. She went to University of Michigan for undergrad. We did it together. We also did med school together at Indiana University School of Medicine. She got her MPH at Harvard University School of Medicine and did her OBGYN residency at Southern Illinois University. So, Dr. Jennifer Adam Cabby. I have some questions for you. You ready?
Think so?
No, okay. So, what does being a Christian physician mean to you?
Alright, so to me, I think being a Christian physician, and when I was thinking about these questions, I specifically placed it with Christian first, right? So as a follower of Christ, everything is based on your relationship with Him. So it's you're a Christian mother, you're a Christian business owner, you're a Christian blank, right? So everything is based off of your relationship with Christ. And I think that it should flow into everything that you do. So to me, being a Christian physician means being someone who loves Jesus, and everything else follows after that. So as a physician, we've done the Hippocratic Oath that we're there to make sure that we're taking care of people, doing what's in their best interest. And I think that because of the love of Christ, that helps us to really hold to that standard of the Hippocratic Oath, because above that oath is Christ, right, and His love for us. So to me, I think it's being someone who loves Jesus and then letting Him lead you into all other things that you do in this life. So loving people, taking care of people, putting their best interests first, and going above and beyond, treating them like they're your own.
That's exactly right. I would totally agree with what you said. And the Hippocratic Oath plays into a lot of the principles that the Bible teaches. So that is exactly right. Being a Christian is, number one, following Christ and letting Him lead you. So, yeah. Question number 2: as a Christian, do you feel that it is difficult to practice medicine and still believe in the power of God? Why or why not?
Yeah. I think that it can be difficult if you falter from knowing what the truth is. So I think that if you know that the power of God lives in you, the power of God has given you the ability to do excellently in whatever it is, to be bold, that He will protect you, then you can shrink back and say, oh gosh, what if I pray for this person and they don't get healed? What does that mean about my faith, or what are they going to think about me as a physician? But if we remember that Christ is the one that holds us up, Christ is the one that keeps us, so really, whatever you do, at the end of the day, we fall back onto Him. If we're truly doing something from our heart, being led by the Spirit, we know that in the end, it's going to work out the exact way that He wanted it to, and we don't have to carry any burden of what if it doesn't work? What if this? What if that? So I think that, you can make it difficult if you forget who He is and the power that He has, and the fact that He has all the power and we can lean on that. I just think I'm crazy and bold, so I don't think that I make it hard for myself, because I just say, all right, God, I'm just going to use your name, because I know that there's power in your name, and I know that it's not my doing or the fact that your name is coming out of my mouth. It's just that Jesus carries power and is going to do what He needs to do. And even if I wasn't in the picture, it would have still worked out the same way. So I just try and take myself out of the equation, and I think that He will do what He needs to do. So
I like that. There's power in the name of Jesus, and really relying on Him and you stepping out of the way and letting His power take control is paramount, really.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to highlight that God is the one who made even medicine and everything that we've discovered possible. So practicing medicine is still God's power.
Yeah.
It's still God's power. So
that's really true. I talk about this a lot, and I think if y'all have followed me for a while, you know that I wanted to drop out of med school, and I was like, I'm going to go into full-time ministry because this medicine stuff ain't it. And I think God had really different plans for me. And I remember during that time, I was like, where is like medicine in the Bible? And Luke, right? So he was like, that's 4 of the major books that are in the New Testament, the Gospels. He was a physician. So I think that, like you said, there is biblical teachings within medicine, and God created everything. So clearly, He created medicine and the people who made drugs and devices and surgeries. So I think that the two have to blend because God wanted it that way.
And God is in the midst of everything that happens, whether you're a Christian or not. He is there, and He's omnipresent. So,
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sis. Give us some examples of how you've been able to minister to your patients.
That's hard. There's so many examples. I would say the one that impacts me the most was when I was in residency. So me and this patient, we grew very close. And I feel like a lot of times when you have like really sick OB patients or patients that need to be in the hospital for a long time and you have to round on them every day, I don't know, they become your friends. A lot of my patients, I feel like they're like, hey girl, you know, they're my friend. So this patient, I think she was in the hospital for about maybe 2 weeks or so. Her baby's heartbeat was really, really, really fast. And that can end up resulting in the baby's heart tiring out, and the baby goes into heart failure and then can eventually pass. So every 6 hours I had to go to her room and do an ultrasound and see how the heart was beating and see how baby's moving, breathing, etc. So, you know, it's called a BPP, those can take up to 30 minutes. So imagine how awkward it would be if you're just there and you're just like, and no talking. So we ended up chatting, and I ended up learning that she was a person of faith, and I shared with her my blog, and we would pray together. We would pray over her baby as I'm doing the ultrasound, as we're watching the baby. So it was nice. Yeah, and then she came back in to deliver, and she had a beautiful delivery. I was excited to be able to be there for her. And then subsequently after, she had like really bad complications. And it was really heartbreaking, you know, because I felt like it was happening to a friend. But through it all, I think she held on to her faith, and it was really powerful to see her and her husband and her family do that. And me to be able to be there during that process. So I think that as Christ does, he cares about, we are His own. So it's not that He cares about people as though they are His own. We are His own. And He wants us to do the same. Like, how would you want, if you were my patient, like, how would I want you treated? Am I treating my patient the same way? I would say that was the most impactful story, because I was able to be with her through many parts of her pregnancy. And even today, like, I still chat with her here and there.
Is her baby doing fine?
Yeah, her baby is 3.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. You've had for a long time to kind of interact with her, and then you guys have formed a friendship, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So to round things up, can you give us the viewers some encouragement on how to be bold in their faith, and also to continue to be excellent in their professions?
Yeah. So I would say again, the both go together. Like, God is not a God of disorder. He's not sloppy. He does everything to the T, perfect. So if we are supposed to be like representatives of Him, we should want to do the same. We should strive for that. I'm not perfect. I will never profess to be perfect. Mistakes will happen. But at the end of the day, I try to lean on God to like be the one to guide me. So my husband even says, like, before you go into every patient's room, like even in clinic, pray. And I'm just like, really? That's long. He's like, just say a short something in your head, God lead me, before you enter into the room, you know? So I think that to be excellent in medicine requires for us to lean on God. And then if we're leaning on God, then that in and of itself allows for us to be bold, you know, because we will be excellent, which would cause for even our confidence to rise in what we're doing. So I think one leads into the other. But being excellent is reading, staying up on the latest, going to conferences, you know, picking the brain of your colleagues that maybe have more experience than you, or, you know, that where you're attending, things like that. And then being bold, I think it just goes back to what I said, like take yourself out of the equation. The name of Jesus carries weight, and just pour it out and let it manifest, let it do what it needs to do, and don't think about yourself in the equation. So lean on him, and he'll let you do what you need to do for his glory. So
Definitely. So we thank you for all your nuggets and all your pearls, and just encouraging everyone to take that step of faith and be there for their patients, be there for their clients, and just whatever profession that you're in, that God will lead you, and know that everything will be okay. Thank you guys.
thank you.